Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 190. I have my coffee here, pumpkin spice creamer, scrappy Sunday mug. And today is February 3rd, 2023, so it's 2-3. That's kind of fun, I guess. This is my YouTube channel where I share all the crafty things. Knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. And I feel like I'm not centered in the screen here. There, is that better? Today I have all knitting. I have one finished object and 5 whips. I had some cast on itis this week. It's okay. One of them I knew I was going to cast on because it was the Desert Vista Dye Works. The other one was like it was a whim. It's okay. I will have all the show notes right down there in the description box. Links to where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram. I will have my email down there. Patterns, bags, yarns, all the links of reading and watching will be down there. And yeah, I think that's it. I do not, well, technically I have stash, but I just got it yesterday, so I'm not going to show it in case nobody else has it yet. And yeah, it was the Freckled Whimsy Fingering Weight Yarn of the Month Club and DK Weight Yarn of the Month Club, and they're beautiful. I can't wait to show you guys. But I decided I'm going to be sharing my stats, my grams down this time, so we will do that towards the end if you care about my nerdy notebook and how I keep track of my all of my things. It is so cold here, you guys. I think I just checked before I sat down. I didn't check what it feels like, but it said 3 degrees. This morning, I think it felt like -10. It's probably negative wind chills. I am freezing. It's freezing up here. I have my pants on, and I have my Freckled Whimsy. This is a DK. I don't remember if this was like the second one I got. DK Weight Socks, Yarn of the Month Club. I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I look like a hot mess, but I am nice and toasty. These pants are very, very warm. So there was one day that it was like 30 degrees, and I'm like, I don't want my pants because I just finished them recently. And I had them on for like 2 hours, and I'm like, I'm roasting. These things are so hot. So these pants are going to be for days like today when it's 3 degrees outside. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought they'd be very warm because they're fingering weight and they're very thin, but they're toasty. So since I'm up here, I'm upstairs, it's colder up here, I'm going to be wearing my pants on the podcast today. All right, I think that is my spiel. Let's get started. Oh, this is my penguino. At some point I will be taking it off my body. Once it gets a little bit warmer out, I will wear my shawls and show you guys my shawls instead of this thing, but since it's so cold out, I need this. Penguino by Stephen West. Fancy Pantsy by Stephen West. They're beautiful. Okay, let's get started. Finished object. One and only. Beautiful. We had, I think the sun's trying to come out today, but we've had sun like the past 3 days, and I'm like, what's going on? It's magical. Got fuzzies everywhere. These are Freckled Whimsy. This is Spells and Things. I think this was last year's. Is that number 2? Spells and Things number 2, November 2022. Dumbledore socks. I really love these. These are gonna be for my friend Amy. She sent me this yarn. So I'm getting started on her birthday present. Oh, they're beautiful. Let's see. They're shorty socks. 64 stitches. I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. I believe I did 12 rows, 12 or 13 rows of leg. Afterthought heel. Yeah. I did something a little different with these ones. Just an experiment, Amy. I'm experimenting. I usually do 5 rows before I do my heel, or 5 rows before I start my decreases. I did 6 this time. I think mostly it was an accident. I was counting and I'm like, oh, I think it's time to do my decreases. And then I'm like, oops, I did 6 rows. So I just made sure they matched. So you might have a little more room here. I don't know. So we will see. But they'll be fine. They'll still fit. Beautiful. Oh, I love these. I was getting like Gone Fishing vibes from this colorway. I love it. So I don't remember how, I think these were 47 grams. So I have plenty to make socks for me and wind off a little bit for my Cozy Memories blanket. Yay. So that's it. Magic loop. I'll talk more about socks, and because I have socks on the needles, of course. So that is the only finished object. So now I guess we go into whips. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It's okay. Is it this one? Yep. This was the Whim. Cast on and a Whim socks. Or cast on. They're socks. This is Bags by Awesome Granny. Little... there's me right there. Kitties that are knitting. I got this colorway a couple weeks ago and I'm like, this is beautiful. I need to knit this. And I think I finished these on Monday, I think. And Wednesday was cast on day for Desert Vista Dye Works. You know, I have so many whips. I could have just, you know, worked on those until February, but I'm like, I need to cast on another pair of socks. So I did. So we got Freckled Whimsy. This is the DK. And this is the colorway. Sweet Nothings. So this was the January color. 2023. Sweet Nothings. So I'm like, hey, let's just get on board and I don't want this sitting in my stash. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So I have... That's more accurate back there. Oh my word, look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. Oh. So, no heel. I'm going to place my heel right where these white anchors are. I have kind of experimenting with these. I have this color mini for the heel, which is the same color as that. I was going to try to do heels, toes. Heels and toes in that mini, but when I got to my toe, I needed like one more row of this to get to the point where I would start my toe. And I'm like, do I have one shade of pink and then this mini? I'm like, that's gonna bother me. So I just said, fine, we're just gonna do self-striping for the toe, which is fine. I normally do that, but I was just gonna experiment. Another reason why I don't for self-striping, if I like to stop, if I'm going to change the color for the toe, I like to stop at a stripe, and it wasn't quite long enough, and I didn't want to move this down because then it wouldn't be quite in the middle. So I had a snafu, but I think it's gonna be fine. I think I have enough yarn. So if you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. And look, I changed the what is that called? The fastener. I got this progress keeper from K of the Crazy Sock Lady. She does not have a shop anymore, but it was a lobster clasp, and I got on the Amazon and I found these rings, and I was able to change it. I'm so proud of myself. So now I'm going to be going through my other progress keepers when I feel like using them and just switching it out. Oh, it's beautiful. So that is that sock. And I do have the second one cast on, and I decided to get these to match. I had to cut out like 2 or 3 stripes, so I'm saving that. And hopefully I don't need it. And I'm hoping I have some extra, but I don't know. I think I will. So here's what I have. And I have the cuff. The cuff done and 1 row. And that is that. So I have, these are Chiaogoo red lace. US 3s, because this is DK weight. US 3s. I don't know, what is that in millimeters? 3.25 millimeters. 32-inch cord. I do 10 rows of rib for my DK weight socks. And I'm kind of following Kay's free DK weight sock pattern. It will be linked down below. I'm just doing an afterthought heel in it, and using her numbers essentially. 48 stitches. Oh, these are beautiful. I love these so much. I just worked on these like in the evenings a few days. These were my evening socks, and look, I got this done. I don't know when I finished this. I think I put the toe in yesterday and started the cuff. So yeah, it was like 3 days of knitting, 3 nights of knitting. But yeah, these are gonna be for me, and I hope I have enough. I think I counted my stripes, and I think I'll be okay. But I don't know if I'm gonna have any extra. Which makes me sad, because I wanted to do like scrappy socks. Because that's coming. Did you guys see on Instagram, everything Shapes Us? I think her name's Jen on Instagram. She's hosting another easy peasy scrappy sock cowl. You know I'm gonna be on that. So I was thinking about making at least 1 pair of scrappy DK weight socks out of my leftovers here. And I would also like to do my Opal Advent. I would like to do a scrappy pair with that. I know I'm gonna have extra, but I want to at least make 1 scrappy pair out of that Advent, and maybe a muscle burra hat, and then maybe more socks. I don't know, we'll see. But oh, I'm excited. I think that starts February 18th, so I gotta finish. At least I can finish those socks. I'll show you my next whip here. I got 2 socks on the needles. I'm pretty sure they'll be done before the 18th. This is an old bag. I don't know if you can see that. It says Freckled Whimsy. She used to make bags. Oh, I got this bag. And this is my Desert Vista Dye Works socks for February. Zom Piglet. I think I showed it in the skein last week. I think I did. So this was, I cast this on February 1st. Today is the 3rd, and look where I'm at. Bam. At the heel. it's beautiful. So these are fingering weight. So fingering weight socks, I use US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, 32-inch cord, Chiaogoo red lace, 64 stitches, 12 rows of 2x2 rib. Same thing about my markers. I will link a video down below to why I do that. Oh, it's beautiful. So yeah. I was waiting for the laundry so I can start recording, and I got to the heel, so I'm like, yay. I was trying to get there last night, but I think I was like here. Didn't quite get it, but I'm there. I don't have the second sock cast on. I did not break this in half. I just wound it up and I said, okay, it's good. So, yeah. So I don't know if I'll get these to match. I guess we'll wait and see when I get to the toe. And we'll wait and see. But yeah, this is the cake. Lots of pinks. I know it's not Valentine's themed, but it was all pinks, so I just decided to do this for February. Oh, I love those, like peachy pink and then pink pink in between those speckled stripes. Oh, so I'm doing this for the Desert Vista Dye Works monthly sock club. One pair a year, or one pair a month for a whole year. This will probably be my last month. I can't talk today. This will probably be my last year of doing it. Might take a break. After this year, I might have like a few skeins. So in case I change my mind, I could, I have enough to get started, but since I'm on the strict yarn diet this year, I'm not going to be buying any more this year. So this might be my last year of doing it. And just take a break. I feel like I've knit a lot of her colorways that I like, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, that is whip number 2. Whip number 3. Oh, this one. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that I can have this done. This will be an FO next week. Happy little yarn. Little otters. This is my Star Wars cowl. If you've been here a while, you have seen this so many times. You're probably tired of it. It's my Star Wars cowl. I was there last week. I finished the mini. The mini. This one is BB-8. This is all mustache yarn. Minis, Star Wars minis. Last year in May, she usually does a release of Star Wars colorways, and she had mini sets, and I grabbed one. So I got all of her colorways as minis. There's 17 of them in total. I'm not gonna go through all the names, but this is the last one. So this one's Ray. So I'm tempted this weekend to get this started. Usually I like to do my 4 grams a day, Monday through Friday, but if I want to finish this before I record, I gotta do some this weekend. So I might get this started this weekend so that I have time to Kitchener it, because that's pretty much all I have to do. I'm basing this off of the Litmus cowl, but I am using a smaller needle. I think the pattern says US 4. I am using a US 2.5, which is a 3 millimeter. Looking at my show notes. Using a Chiaogoo 16-inch circular. This is a fixed one. And I'm gonna Kitchener the ends together. I'm not gonna enjoy that. I mean, I don't mind Kitchener, but it seems like every time I pick up my Provisional cast on, the stitches get twisted. I've made a few of these, and it happens every time. And yeah. So, wish me luck. As long as I have all the stitches and I don't drop any, it's fine. But I'm going to Kitchener the ends together. I did 100 stitches And yeah, this is my Chewbacca Yeti from Simply Serving. I did not change the finding on that one yet. But since this project's almost done, I'm probably not going to bother. So the next time I use it, I will change it. Or before I put it away, I'll change it. That's probably what I should do. But yeah. So when I'm standing up, whoop, light bulb, don't die on me. So when I'm standing up and I put it around my neck in half, it's like almost, it's like touching my shins. So this isn't going to be as long as the previous one I made. The previous one I made, it was in a loop. I put it around my neck and it's like almost touching the floor. So it might be a little shorter. I don't know. It might not be that much shorter than the other one. So, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love this one. This one's good. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm on my last mini. Can I finish this next week? Yes, yes, yes. I cast this on my birthday. This was my birthday cast on last year. My birthday was August 17th. And I feel like I did pretty good on this because I cast it on August 17th. October, I did not work on it at all because the mystery knit along. And December, I did not work on it at all because of Advent knitting. And look, it's almost done. So that's like 4-ish months. September, November, January, February. Yeah, we'll say 4-ish months. That's not bad. So, yep. Here she is. Oh, I can't wait to wear this. I already have one of these I made from Nomadic Yarn Scraps, and I wear it all the time. So I decided that it's time for another. My foot's falling asleep. Oh, so you'll see the pants for a second. Oh, ouch. Okay, put my mini back. All right, whip number 4. Giant Knitpicks bag. Knitpicks. Ooh, look at that. So this is my Aurora Cabin shawl, the Hybrid Knit Along. I didn't quite finish it in time for the knit along, but the knit along I think started, cast on day was December 26th, and I think it was supposed to end like January 31st, but I did not win a prize. Dear. It's okay. I don't think I posted in his Instagram, or not his Ravelry group. I just did the Instagram one where you just post progress pictures. I didn't win. It's fine. I wasn't expecting to win anyway. And one of the prizes was his painting bricks book, and it's like, oh, I already have that, so. Oh, all these are attached. I'm so tempted to like cut this yarn. Having 5 balls of yarn attached at once is kind of a nightmare. FYI. But I figured, I'm like, I'm almost done-ish. Might as well just suck it up. Okay, I was here last week. I wasn't quite at the purple. I think I mentioned that. I said I had 2 rows of purple and 2 rows of black. So I mentioned that I was going to do pucker in this, and then when I got organizing my yarns, I'm using all Knitpicks Stroll scraps for this. I decided, I think I'm going to do pucker as the I-cord bind off, because there isn't a lot of pucker in here. There's some right there, and some right there, and I thought like having it at the border would be like, bam, in your face. Oh, the sun's coming out again. So it doesn't look like I finished a lot, but oh man, these rows. I see that I have my little clicker here. It says I did 24 rows of section 7. So I did 26 rows because I did the 2 rows. Wait, no, was that 28? 28 rows. Because each, that's 2 and 4. Wait. Yes. I can't math today. Yes, 28. 28 rows. Of like 7 bajillion stitches. 700 bajillion stitches. Oh, look at this. That's beautiful. So this section has like 62 rows. So I'm not quite there yet. I'm like almost, am I halfway? I'm almost halfway. So yeah, I've just been working on this. Like I tried it, I think one day I did 8 rows. One day I did 4. A couple days I did 6. It's just like, whew. I work on it for a few hours, 2 hours, and then I move on to a different project. I would love to finish this month. I think I could do it. So this is the last section, 7, and there's a border, and then the I-cord bind off, and that's it. It doesn't feel like a lot, but look at this. Look at all these stitches. It's a lot. Oh, I love it. So color combinations for shawls. This one definitely, and this one potentially. Once I finish it, I might like this. So I did, I tried to hold A and B the same color throughout, minus the rainbow sections. Actually, I don't know if I think there were C and D, color C and D for those. So I just went with it. I went with rainbow. But A and B are the same throughout these 2 sections, this one and this one. So A was Dove Heather, B is Ash. I don't think well, there's one little, that's Ash right there. And then the rest I just changed throughout. And I made sure that I have a little note of what C and D and E are, because there are points where it's like, what color was C again? So once I plan this, I write it down, because there's some days where it's like, I don't want to work on this, and the next day I'm like, ooh, what was color C again? This one is Buoy. It's a very bright orangey red. A tomato red. This one is Paisley Heather, and then the dark purple is Duchess Heather, I think. Oh, I'm so excited. Weird noises outside. So I would love to have this thing done this month. Can I do it? I don't know if I will be working on this today or not. We will see. I mean, it's okay to take a break, right? Because my next whip, I have plans for my next whip. US 4s, and I got these from Simply Serving. They're little silicone needle stops. And I figured it's still winter. I can use my snowman. We'll talk about weather later. We got lots of snow this week. All right, that is that whip. I think right now there's like 700 at the end of section 7. I believe there's supposed to be 721 stitches. I feel like I'm probably really close to 700 at this point. I'm not counting them. I count at the very end of each section to make sure my stitch count is accurate before I move on. But in the middle of the sections, I'm like, nope. But so far, when I, do all my steps, when I get to the end, everything is lining up. So I'm assuming I'm fine. But yeah, I think you increase a stitch like every row, pretty much throughout that whole shawl. There are some rows where you add many, many stitches. Okay, it's Cozy Memories time. The Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. So I'm on a mission. I was doing this I did 3 squares on last Friday and then 4 on Sunday, and I'm like, how many squares would I have to do a day to finish this year? So I did some calculations, and I don't remember exactly, but I think if I do 2 squares a day, I can have this thing done, I think in July. I think if I do 2 squares like this month a day, and then next month I do 1 square a day and like rotate them like that, I'll be done in like October. But I think I'm gonna try to do 2 squares a day because October is Mystery Knit Along. And I think it would be cool to have this done for her birthday because I cast it on her birthday. This is for my daughter. Her birthday is August 26th, so I'm like, I wonder if I can finish it. So I am on a mission to do 2 squares a day, every day until it's done. Can I do it? We will see. I mean, I might get sick. I might not feel like doing it. I might say I might run out of yarn. Probably not gonna run out of yarn, but I might run out of yarn. I don't know. Let's see. So I'm using a US, did I write it down? Yes, I did. US 2.75 millimeter needle. I'm using signature needles. I'm trying to figure out my markers here. Now, this one is for marking for February, because that one's February 1st. I think this is where I was Friday. So I did 1, 2, 3 Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4 Sunday. And then I'm like, okay. So I took a couple breaks because the first was on Wednesday. So then I did those yesterday, and nope, I did these on the 1st and these yesterday. I did not do today's yet. That's what I will be doing after I'm done recording today. So I'm just putting this one on here so I remember how many squares I did in February. For January, I did 35. I'm doing 25 squares across this way, and I'm gonna do 20 rows up, which is 500 squares. And I think I just finished 1, 2. So this square is 114. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be posting a picture and rating the number of square it was /500 just for giggles. I'm not going to save them, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be posting a lot of squares. And I would love to finish that. Another reason why I want to finish that cowl, so that I can start doing this as my 30 minutes of knitting. I use quotes because it takes me about 40-45 minutes to do square. So I would like to like bump that up, and then I'll have more knitting time to do other things. I'll have less whips. So yep. And I do 20 by 20 stitches, so 40 stitches total. Oh, I love this blanket so much. I love it. And 2 squares a day, it's not a big deal. And if for some odd reason there's one day I don't do it, or I forget, I won't forget, but if I just can't, too much stuff going on, Sundays might be catch-up days, as long as I don't miss like 3 days in a row. But I can usually do, if I work on it all day long, I think I got like, at one point, I think I got 7 squares done in one day, if that's the only thing I work on. So it is possible, if I get behind, that I could catch up on Sundays, if I don't get too far behind. But oh, so much. And I will be doing an I-cord border around it. Haven't decided what color yet. Once I get closer to that point, I will have my daughter pick a color. And I'll probably use Knitpicks Stroll. think that's what I did for my blanket, and it worked out well. I think I'll have to, hopefully I made good notes, and pretty sure one ball was enough. 50-gram ball was enough to do the whole burger. I hope I wrote that in my Ravelry notes. I will be checking that out. All right, that is all of my whips. Yeah, let's do reading and watching real fast, and then we'll do my grams down if you're interested. If you're not interested in my reading and watching, my grams down, or my life stuff, I will see you next week. Okay, watching. Oh, I'm reading my notes and I remembered what I finished. It was a couple days ago. Oh, so good. Okay, so we finished, my husband and I finished Furture Man, season 2. I liked it. It seems like every season they're like taking a different spin on like the next season. I like that. So that's on Hulu. We canceled Hulu, so we'll be watching that later when if and when we subscribe again. We have not subscribed to Disney Plus yet, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen sometime soon because we don't have anything to watch. Because my husband and I finished Inside Man last night. Oh, wow. That show is so good. There probably isn't going to be another season. It's only 4 episodes. They're about an hour each. If you like mysteries, go watch it. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, don't do that. But I liked it. If you like mysteries slash I want to say murder mysteries. It has a murder mystery vibe. I'm pretty sure nobody died. Spoiler alert. But oh, nope, that's a lie. I won't say anything. Okay. Anyway, go watch it. It's good. If you like David Tennant, that's why I wanted to watch it, because I love David Tennant. And I started and finished Wednesday. Also, very, very good. I loved it. I should have watched that a long time ago, but I was like, meh, I'll watch it whenever. And I'm like, oh my word, it was so good. I think there's got to be a season 2. I hope so. If there is, I don't know. Usually TV shows, like the season 1 is like really good, and then the next one is like, eh. And then they either make a comeback or it just goes downhill. But if there is a season 2, I will definitely be watching it. So that's it for watching. Yeah, we finished everything. I haven't started anything else. I'm tempted to start Supernatural again. I've already watched all of them, but I'm tempted to go back. I guess we'll see when I get Disney Plus. Maybe I'll start watching Disney cartoons, Disney movies instead of Supernatural, or maybe I'll just sprinkle it in there. I don't know yet what I'm going to watch, so we'll find out next week. I finished, for reading, I finished Spare. That was really good. I like the ending when Megan appeared. Yes. So I really liked the ending. The first 2 parts, nah, they were okay, but overall, it was pretty good. And I'm still reading A Boy and His Dog at the End of the World. Still reading that on the Kindle. It's okay. Mostly because I'm like half asleep when I'm reading at night, which sometimes isn't the greatest because I don't retain information very well. A lot of books I just don't. I don't remember much about books. I just read them and move on with my life. I could tell you if I really liked it or if I really hated it, but other than that, I couldn't tell you what it was about. I guess that's what happens when you read like 50 to 100 books a year. You can't remember all of them like that. So that's it for reading and watching. I'll have to find another audiobook. I listened to Spare on Audible. Listen to Prince Harry. So good. He reads it So if you like a British accent, go check that out. All right, now we will share a little bit of my reading journal. Knitting journal. I got this book on the Amazon. Oh, look at this bright green. I also got this on Amazon. It's a little elastic pen holder. Oh, that's beautiful. You have to take it off every time, but it's fine. Keeps my pens organized. So, oh, I didn't do my calculation. Oh, I did. I thought I didn't do my calculations. I was like, oh no. I have all my numbers, but I didn't add them up. I was like, I'm not doing that in my head. So here we are, grams in and grams out. So grams in, yikes, 1,610. Grams out, 562. Yeah, it's okay. Now, if I don't count all of the gifts / purchases from 2022, that was 240. So I used more than I bought. So I'm going to call that a win. Yeah, the Night Owl Fibers, the 300 grams, I purchased that I think in December. It was a pre-order and it came in January. So yeah, there we are. And then this one is just, I can't read backwards. My whips. Things I want to cast on, things I want to finish. So I got my Cozy Memories, my shawl, and my Star Wars cowl. So I'm hoping I moved these to my whips for February, so hopefully they will be done. And these are just kind of like weekly plans. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not really following it. Because I don't like to set like, I must finish the shawl on week 3 of February. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. I would just like to finish it before end of February. So, so here is February. So I did the same layout. This is some washi tape. I got some yarn on February 1st. So those are the Freckled Whimsy clubs. I will show those next week. Oh, and I got my little mandrake. This is a magnetic. I think I got this at Target. Magnetic bookmark. So let's see. I want to finish. I'm reading this backwards. I got my cast on my DVD socks, so I can cross that off. I got my Freckled Whimsy DK socks, Star Wars cowl, shawl, and Cozy Memory. So I'm hoping to finish all of those. Oh, I didn't write my DVD socks on there. I'm looking at the wrong one. I want to finish my DVD socks, my shawl, my Star Wars cowl, and my Freckled Whimsy socks this month. My DK ones. I think I can do it. And then it says I want to finish my cowl this week. And my DVD socks. I think that can happen. And then I just want to do 14 squares a week. So here is what I have. Kind of found, this is kind of based on Knitty Natty's what's it called? I think it's called like summer knitting plans. So that's how I'm keeping track. I'm writing down my grams in and out, but I'm also using a spreadsheet to help me with like maths, because I don't want to have to my husband made a spreadsheet for me to keep track of my grams in, my grams out, my purchases, and like monthly averages of things, of how much I use and how much I gain. Just ridiculous. So beautiful. I love the screen. Mwah. All right, that is it. So I will every month, or the beginning of the whatever. So today's the 3rd. So whenever the new month is for the episodes, I will share how much I finished and my grams in and grams out. I didn't say pause. I didn't say how many of the grams were for January. So my DVD socks were 65 grams. My scrappy pants were 355 grams. My Patton's Croy socks, those were for my mom. I finished those in January. Those were 95 grams. And I was able to finish these socks before February. So those were 47 grams. Yep. So yeah, I got a lot of yarn gifts. I also got my DVD exclusive skein. I think I showed that last week. And a bunch of minis. So I added all those. So I think this month we're just going to have 240 grams. And that's it. We're not going to add any more. I don't think I'm getting any more gifts. I don't think there's any other like stuff I pre-ordered. So I think this month I'm going to catch up. Hope so. Or at least, I don't know if I'll catch up because I think I'm like 1,000 grams in the hole already. I don't think I can knit 1,000 grams this month. But if I finish that cowl and that shawl this month, those are going to be big grams. So maybe I can catch up. All right, 46 minutes. Life stuff real fast. We got a bunch of snow. I think I recorded on Friday. We got snow that previous Monday or Wednesday. I think we got more snow. Yes, we had another snowstorm because I was planning on going to see my parents on Saturday, and Friday night we got a winter storm. It wasn't a warning. Winter storm advisory. I think it was like 2 to 4 inches, maybe some freezing rain, and I'm like, nope, I'm not driving in that. I mean, I don't drive, my husband drives. But I'm like, no, we're not going to do a repeat of Christmas again. We're not going to. If there's ice, I'm not going to. So we stayed home, but my parents, they live about 60 miles north of us-ish, 65. And they had a winter storm warning, and they were getting like 4 to 7 inches. And I'm like, okay, we're really not going. I think it didn't start until like 4, or I think it was like 1 o'clock. But it really didn't start snowing until 4, so we probably could have made it, but I didn't want to risk it. So yeah, we had to stay home, which was sad. So I plan on, am I going to sneeze? You guys have never heard me sneeze on the podcast. Whew. Okay, good. Not that I would care. If I sneezed, I sneezed. I don't care. But I got a little tickly in my nose there for a second. So we are planning on going to see my parents tomorrow. Snow, the weather looks good. Everybody's healthy, so we're gonna go see my parents. It's been a few weeks. I think it's been like 3 weeks. Was it like Christmas time the last time we saw them? No, I think we seen them in January. It's probably been 3 weeks. I don't know. Time. So that is my plans this weekend. Oops, sorry, I clapped and that was kind of loud. I'm gonna go see my parents. And I'm going knitting goals this week. Finish that cowl. I think that's the only thing I really want to finish. And maybe my DVD socks. That would be nice. But no pressure. I don't know. The DK socks might get finished first because those things are so fast. I want to keep plugging away on the shawl. I would like to have section 7 done, but no pressure. All right, I think that's all. We're at 49 minutes. I don't know how I can sit here and talk for myself for 50 minutes, but look at me go. I talked about it was freezing. Yeah, the weather, it's been colder this week. So like the high is like 12 today, I think. 10 or 12. Tomorrow the high is like 31. And then later in the week, like Thursday, Friday, it's going to be like mid-40s. groundhog saw a shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter, but I don't even, why do we do this? Why do we have this thing? Why does a groundhog in Pennsylvania dictate Michigan weather? Or even, you know, anybody else's weather? Why do we do this? It's stupid. It's Michigan. We're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. Or as my husband likes to say, 6 more weeks of winter or a month and a half of winter. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm done rambling. I hope you got lots of progress on your project. I'm going to deal with some laundry, and I'm going to put squares in my blanket and then see where the day takes me. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there in the comment section. I do love reading them. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.